Hey everyone, welcome to the MContent AMA podcast. Welcome. I'm here with the boss man, the founder, Umair.
Hi everyone, how are you guys? Been a while since I'm doing that.
Yeah,
huh?
it's been a while. It has
You've
been
been
a while.
you've been very regular at this, and I feel like I'm all of a sudden I become camera shy after so long.
Yeah.
But how are things? You're enjoying these sessions?
I like them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is the community enjoying them? Does the community like them?
Great feedback. The guests have been amazing. They've all done a really great job.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
And we've had a lot of new people in the chat lately.
Yeah.
So maybe if you could give like a brief explanation of what you've done for the project, who you are, just for the new faces.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, my name is Umair, and yes, people know me as the founder of MContent, but I think I disagree with that because there's not ever in life there's something good that's done. There's always more than one people behind it, and I feel that all of us, the core team of MContent, are founders. All the people who have believed in the idea, all community members, all the people who have invested into the idea on the equity side, on the token side, all of us are founders, right? We've built this together. So I kind of disagree with the founder term, but yeah, I'm the managing partner. I represent majority of the stakeholders in the company. And yes, I started off initially as being the CEO, but we've been able to create a great leadership team which brings in wealth of experience in different fortes, different capacities, including streaming, blockchain, and content as well. So with that, obviously, I have taken more of a role which is managing the overall investment landscape instead of being involved in the day-to-day operations, which is something that the leadership team is doing now. But yeah, that's who I am. I'm, yes, probably the guy who came up with the idea, but all of us have built this together and all of us are founders. Yes.
Awesome. I have some questions here for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Some of them are from community. Some of them are
Cool.
ones that we wanted to ask you.
Cool. Go for it.
So the first one, of course, we've talked to Zuhair from the tech. Is there anything you can share to the community about the new platform that they haven't heard yet?
Sure. So see, what we're trying to do with this new platform is there are two things, right? One is the tech and what it can host, and the second is the categories of content that are available, right? So there's two main things that are happening. One is that our platform is now evolving into this aggregator of content, this aggregator of global content, which is like none other, because you see different video and content platforms out there. Some of them are categorized as AWOD, some of them are categorized as SWODs. If you look at what they are streaming, so some of these platforms, for example, are streaming live content, right? Which is live streaming platforms where you can watch sports. There are some platforms that have film and TV content, which is the kind of platforms that you watch your movies on, you watch your series on, which is Netflix or Amazon. Then there is those platforms where you actually watch short form content, mostly which is done in verticals, where you're talking about Instagram Reels or Shorts or TikTok, So all of these platforms where you see short video content from digital creators, which is mostly in vertical format. And then you have digital content platforms like YouTube or Twitch, which is for horizontal content categories, right? So what we've built in terms of the tech capability is actually the first platform in the world which integrates all of these different content genres into one platform. Because what we're launching now is a platform where you have film and TV content, you have the digital content which you see on YouTube and Twitch, you have the vertical short form content which you'll see on TikTok or Instagram Reels for that matter. You will have live content, we're getting into sports, music streaming. So all of that in one platform, one interface which is very convenient, user-friendly, and is obviously built on a decentralized philosophy, which is also being brought into action, is I think the key differentiator for us, because now this is a platform that is going to be truly decentralized, and it will host all categories of content. And if this becomes scalable, like we're hoping it will, if we take it to the scale that we believe it should be at, essentially then you don't need all of these 50 different platforms for consuming different forms of content, right? As per some of the stats in MENA region, I was with the Meta team a couple of weeks ago, I think, and an interesting stat that we found out was that according to their research, on an average, almost 7 to 8 hours a day, people in MENA are spending consuming content, right? Which means content in two forms. One is TV content, television content, and the second is the content that they consume on their phone. So 7 to 8 hours a day, people are spending consuming content between different platforms, right? Our vision here is for them to be able to consume all of this content on our platform. And there's a lot of scalability. The second thing is now with the technology that we will have and we'll showcase in November, which you'll start seeing, this means that now we have the capability to host so much of content and so much of quality content, right? And I think the term quality is really, really important here, because the way I look at it, Ryan, and again, this is the demise of so many great, I won't say demise, but the reason why a lot of the great play to earn projects out there are struggling is because their games are not exciting enough, are not of the same level that you would get outside of the play to earn, right? So what that means is that the primary motivation for someone to consume their platform or play on their platform is just to earn, right? And this is where they are wrong, right? Because there's no such thing as an infinite supply of rewards, right? So at some point in time, if you keep giving rewards to people for something they're only consuming because of the rewards are going to dry out at one point in time, and secondly, there will always be a sell pressure, right? Because people are earning, people are watching or playing just to earn, and then there is a negative pressure because of it, because the intention was wrong, right? While if you create a platform, which we are trying to do as a content platform, a platform which you would consume in any case, because the quality of content, what is featured on the platform is exactly what you already consume. That is what you want to go and watch on Netflix. That is what you want to go and watch on any live sports streamer. That is what you want to go and watch on YouTube. That is the same content or creator content that you want to go and watch on TikTok, right? And for the worth of the content, it is actually comparable or even better than these other platforms, right? So now the primary motivation for someone to be on our platform is not just watch to earn, right? The primary motivation should not just be, okay, come watch free content and you earn, because that model will never be scalable. There will always be a time when you are going to get hit in that model. Whereas if the content is so competitive that the primary driver for the user base is actually the content, and the shared economy or the watch to earn is an additional thing that you get on top of it. That is how you can create a sustainable business model, right? And I think, yes, there has been this bear market which people are obviously upset about, generally within the Web3 space, but I'm really happy, to be honest, that we got this window over the past 5 to 6 months, because we could build this product, we could build our pipeline of content, we could create the right acquisition and syndication strategy on the content side, we could have the right marketing strategy that we were working on behind, we could work on the right model in terms of how to reward our users, because that is where now I feel we are positioned to create something which is going to be highly, highly sustainable and highly scalable. And that's why we are so different from any other platform that is building, whether in the watch to earn space or in the play to earn space, because what we're trying to create is something that competes with the best of the best, and with that we're also giving you the watch to earn advantage.
It's amazing.
Right?
Yeah. Question 2. Hey guys, if you guys have questions for Umair, please write them in the chat. We'll go over them at the end. So the rebranding, I think, is amazing. We can't say too much, as you guys know. Can you tell the community what drove the idea behind the rebranding and why it was needed?
Sure. So I think obviously we all love the MContent name, but we feel that what we're trying to create is a multi-billion-dollar brand, right? We're trying to create a platform which competes with the top platforms of the world. And based on that, sometimes your own work, a human being, I think, has to be rational and realistic enough to realize sometimes their own deficiencies, right?
Right.
So that brand that we created, while it was nice and all, and we all like it, it does not have the same, how would I say, wow factor. It does not have
Pop.
the same oomph.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does not have the same oomph like something like, let's say, TikTok, right?
Right.
It's like catchy. You get it immediately.
Right.
Something like Facebook, right? You get the message immediately, and it's something that sticks,
Right.
So we needed to, with all our ambitions that we had, if we continued working on the same brand, at some point in time, in the next 3 to 4 years, we would have been at the pinnacle of our growth, and we would have realized that the brand that we're working on is not scalable enough.
Right.
It can't go global. It can't become daily usage. It can't create that top of mind, right?
That mainstream.
That mainstream, exactly. And that's where we decided that, we have to really take this decision now rather than later of moving to a brand name that has that oomph in it, has
Right.
that wow factor. It connects immediately with the younger audiences. What we're trying to do, see, at the end of the day, we are all believers in the fact that the adoption is going to come from the younger people, the Gen Zs, the millennials out there. And we had to create a brand which connects with them, a brand that they can easily recall, a brand that has playfulness about it. It shouldn't be too serious as well, because it needs to cater to the right personas out there, right? So yeah, that's where we took this decision, because obviously we're building this business with, as I said, high aspirations, and in order to meet those aspirations, there are certain decisions that you need to take, which include decisions on changing things that you've done in the past, because you feel that there is an opportunity for improving them. And I think I'm pretty sure Sarah has spoken about this in her AMA, but there are examples of so many great organizations that have been built, and they started with some other brand name, and at some point in time they realized that there is a room for improvement,
Right.
and they changed their brand, and it turned out exceptionally well for them, right? And I'm hopeful the same thing is going to happen for us as well.
Right.
And it's going to be an amazing brand. It's going to be an amazing UI, UX, as you guys will see. There's some incredible work that has been done by the team over the past 6 to 8 months. And all I can say simply is that you guys will love it. And what we're creating, I can also hint, is going to be very close to the core that we have. It's not like we are completely deviating in terms of the brand. We're going to stay close to our original brand, but we are going to elevate the brand to the level that it needs, right? So yeah, that's what I would say about
I'm
rebrand.
really excited about it. Honestly,
Cool.
you guys are going to love it.
Awesome.
Next question. Around this office, there are a lot of new faces.
Yeah.
You guys have met a few over the past AMAs. You guys will meet more over the next week. What can you say about that, the team growth and us getting to this point?
Sure.
From starting off knowing each
Yeah.
other on Telegram to
Yeah.
like what we have
See,
now.
the way I look at it is that building a startup is like a relay race. You guys know what a relay race is, right? Does anyone here know what a relay race is? So a relay race is a race where you have like 7 or 8 team members, and one of them cannot run the entire mile, So you have to pass something like a torch to the next member, and the next member is going to sprint to another point, and then there is a next member who's going to take the torch and run. And
Right.
at the end of the day, there's someone who's going to finish, right? And as a team, whoever finishes first to the length of their journey wins, right? So building startups, especially I feel within this fast evolving Web3 space, is like a relay race, right?
Right.
So the person who's starting, who's kicking off the race, isn't necessarily the right person to finish it, right? The person who's starting isn't necessarily the right person to do the middle journey, right? So it's about making sure that at every step of our product life cycle, of our organizational life cycle, we are able to bring in the right people to lead that race,
Right.
because it's a step-by-step transformation, it's a step-by-step journey. And I think that is precisely what we've tried to achieve here. It doesn't mean, obviously, in the relay race, what happens is that the people who have ran before, they just pass on the torch and they stand. So that's not going to happen.
Right.
Don't be too, don't be too happy, Ryan, because you will still have to work.
Yeah.
You will still have to work. It's just that our roles are evolving,
Right.
because we're bringing people who are better at something than us. So that part of the work that we do, that part of our deliverables are being passed on to them, right? But that doesn't mean by any means that we are going to stop working, right? So some of the people that we've brought, exceptional profiles. Recently you've read about the joining of Hani, for example. Hani has joined us as our chief of blockchain and Web3, and he comes with great experience behind him. He's worked with organizations such as Chainalysis. Doesn't need an introduction. He was the regional director over there. We've recently had Brandon join us, who's our chief of streaming. We now have, in a way, we have 2 CEOs within the organization managing their own businesses. Brandon's last profile was with Curiosity Stream. It's one of the largest public listed streamers in the US. He was a senior executive vice president there. He was part of their entire growth journey. Those are the kind of people we're bringing in, right? We've had Phil, again, great hiring and great team member who's truly passionate about the project. He's our chief content officer. He also has a lot of prior experience, yes, in the content space, but also in the Web3 space, because he himself has also founded a couple of other NFT and Web3 projects in the past. And he's a very renowned and established opinion leader within the entire Film 3 or Content 3 space. Wherever there is a correlation between content and Web3, he's one of the names that always pops up. And obviously he's a content expert. He's also the co-founder in a huge production company in London, in UK, which is called Goldfinch. So yeah, we've brought all of these people, and then even at the operational level, it's not just that we're bringing top CEOs and leaders, but even at the operational level, we've had some great people join in the team. I think you've met Sarah, you guys have met Neeraj, you guys have met Andrea, you know. So different departments, there are people who are coming in, joining us, making sure that we are able to reach our aspirations with the right mix of people, with the right capabilities of people. And at the end of the day, see, experience is also important, right? So while let's take my example. So for example, I came up with a great idea, and yes, I do have thorough experience behind me within the media and content space, but still it's not as good as someone who's been working in the streaming business for the past 25 years, let's say, right? In leadership roles. So that's where we need to realize, we need to all realize, and this is my message with the community, because yes, you guys are all OG community members, as they say, you're the OG community members who've been with us with the start. Tomorrow this community is going to grow. We will have thousands, we will have hundreds of thousands. Hopefully one day we'll have millions of people join in. Yes, your role is never going to change because you will be the OGs, but remember that a great product or a great brand is always built by selfless communities. It's built by selfless people, right? If we try and keep ourselves before the brand that we are working on or the project that we're building, the project will always be compromised. Whereas if we keep the project and the brand above us and we make all the decisions for the project, we come after the project, that is where we will see great things happen. And I'm really privileged and happy to see that everyone in our team, people who are founding members, everyone has this spirit. Even our investors, even our equity investors, our key stakeholders, everyone who is associated with MContent, from the community to the team to the investors, has this great, incredible spirit of putting the brand and the ecosystem in front and putting themselves behind it, right? I think that's an exceptional spirit, and this is what's going to define our success in the coming months and years.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I couldn't agree more. And with people like, Hani, he's great to learn from, And then like even Brandon, like I've never done streaming in my life, but just to like see and talk to him how things work, like it's an
Sure.
amazing learning experience, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have any question from the community?
Yeah, let's see here. I see, I don't know if this is a good question for you. What projects are being worked on with the American film market? That might be better for Monday when we have Kim.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, we are right now, just to give you an idea, we are right now on a content acquisition spree because, as I said, one of the priorities at this point in time is to make sure that the MContent platform is one that you want to watch even without the watch tour. And if people are coming and watching us only because, not on the merit of our content, but only because of the fact that they're making money, this is not a sustainable ecosystem. In order to create a sustainable ecosystem, we need to have quality content with the right quality and the right quantity as well, right? So we are on a content acquisition spree, and globally we are speaking to so many different partners and distributors and rights owners, IP owners, and we are procuring content as we speak. We are licensing content, we are acquiring content, and we are producing our own content, as you see. And obviously the achievements of MContent, you know, our achievements over the past year and a half are absolutely phenomenal. I mean, like, can you find any other project which has delivered so much in a year and a half? Whether it's talking about how many originals we have produced, how many originals we've funded till now, or when it comes to the actual tech development and the acquisitions of content that now you'll see on the new platform as we go live very soon. So AFM Visit is just part of that, because AFM is one of the large film markets in the world. Just like the team went to Cannes recently, we're also participating in some film markets later in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, prominent ones, and the idea is to acquire global quality content with as much worth in the content as possible, and work with the right partners, the right distribution companies, the right IP owners, and get into those deals which result in us having the right mix and the right quality and the right number of content on our new platform. And that's what the team is after. That's why they're going to AFM, and Brandon, Phil, and Hamza, all three will be there at the AFM. So if any of you are right now near LA and you want to visit them, you know, please make sure that you reach out to us throughout the socials, or you reach out to the team members directly if you are in contact with them, and make sure you go meet them, because their presence there is obviously one for the business reasons and the deals that they're going to strike, but their presence there is also to meet the community, because at the end of the day it's all about you guys. We're building this for you, right? So any opportunity that you see to meet us while we're traveling, while we're at these festivals, these events, you should definitely make sure that you reach out to them, you go see them, and get some, you know, nice pictures with them. We'd love to see you.
Yeah.
We had a couple of the community members go meet our team in Cannes when they were in Cannes.
Crypto Minnows in here, Gio and Eddie in Miami are in here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we love that. I mean, like, that's the spirit of the community. And as I say, as I keep saying, it's all about you guys, right? So involve yourself as much as possible. I can tell you without sharing too much that this is the time where we now as community need to bring all our positive energy towards the project, because what we've been working on so hard for the past so many months is now about to be delivered, right? And with this, there's going to be lots of new surprises. There's going to be lots of heavy investment going into marketing, which means that there are new eyeballs coming to the project. There are new community members coming to the project. And this is where, you know, all of you need to really show our strength as a community. We need to be really hyped up, and we need to celebrate our success, right? So the success that we are about to get, I think there's also, so getting the success is one thing. You need to know how to get to that success, which we will very soon. But we should also know how to celebrate, right? So let's celebrate together. Let's get that spirit of the community going. Let's do these AMAs more often. Let's become, all of us, let's become more chat active on our chats, whether it's on Telegram, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Discord. But, you know, let's start living these next 3 or 4 months together, which are going to be extremely, extremely exciting.
Awesome.
Right?
I have 2 questions, and I see a couple community questions that I'll save for the end. So up until now, are you pleased with the journey we've been on? Are you happy?
Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
like I think it's a phenomenal journey from where we started. You know, this all started with the Telegram group that we created, and a bunch of individuals who used to believe in an idea of one crazy guy who was talking to all of these individuals, right? And presenting this weird philosophy that this is what he has in mind. The crazy guy was me, obviously. So I think from there, then building the project while doing, because all of us were obviously, we had our own employments, we were doing something else in life. So from there, in order to build the project over the next 6 months to a stage where we could actually go and raise capital, and then bring serious investors into the company, create payrolls, have all of these great people come join us in Dubai, all the original team members, and then expanding from there, creating all of these amazing originals. We've produced more than 40, we funded more than 40 originals till now. If you see the total production pipeline that we have right now, 40 originals. I mean, like, this is a massive achievement. This is a massive achievement for a project which officially got its funding in December.
Yeah.
December 2021. It's only been 10 months since we got our first funding. Before that, we were all, volunteers. We were volunteers for the first 6 months that we're building a project that we believed in. And from there, now having created something which has so much global investor interest, which has global partnership interest. I can't reveal names, but we are right now talking to some really, really large ecosystems within the Web3 space, and they express a lot of interest in us being a part of their ecosystems in different ways, whether it is in terms of investment, whether it is in terms of launch pads, whether it is in terms of marketing support. People are really thrilled to see what has been achieved over the past 10 months, and I think it is exceptional. If someone was to tell me that I had to believe this a year and a half ago, that we would have achieved all of this in such a short span of time, I would probably say it's not possible. But it's all thanks to you. I think at the end of the day, it's all about the community. It's all about the people who have believed in us and kept this project together. Obviously, there have been tough times, there have been good times, which is like any other business out there. I think the greatest validation that we've seen recently is over the past 3-4 months, the quality of people who have left their careers. See, us jumping ship and leaving our jobs and jumping ship and joining MContent was different because it was our idea. We were the core team, right? But for someone who did not come up with the idea, someone like Brandon or Phil or Hani, Andrea, Niraj, so many other people, they didn't come up with this idea, right? They've got all of these people have got solid credentials, solid careers behind them, and the project has come so far that it convinced them to take that jump.
It's pretty crazy.
It convinced them to leave their high-end, high-profile jobs with companies that are worth billions of dollars, and leave those roles and jump full-time into MContent, saying this is what I'm going to build in the future. I think that speaks volume. That is the greatest testament to what we've built. That is the greatest testament to our success. And it's not my success, it's not Ryan's success, it's the success of all of us. We've all done this together, right? All of us have had a huge contribution and a huge role to play in bringing MContent where it is right now. And as I said, the journey over the next 3-4 months is going to be absolutely thrilling, exciting, fabulous, incredible. A lot of you are going to be blown away by that journey, but it's all because of you. We are not to take credit for it. It is you who've made all of this possible. And we love all of you, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot I get super excited about, but over these next few months, I'm very excited about what's coming.
You are?
Yeah, I am. I really am.
Cool. So if you're excited, you need to dance and excite.
Maybe on the platform. I'll start uploading some videos. Huh?
Okay,
cool. Just to, carry on from that question, where do you see the future of MContent moving forward? What do you think, the future looks like for us?
As I said, I think now it's probably the first time that I would say, because people used to say that we're going to be, I remember when we came up and when we created the initial white paper and when we launched the first beta platform, people used to say that, these guys are going to be the next YouTube. Some people used to say these guys are going to be the next Netflix, the Netflix of Web3 and stuff like that. And I've been hearing all of that, and I never, because I think, greatness always starts with humility. So I always thought that, all of these big brands and these big platforms, they've spent years and years building their ecosystems. They are way, way ahead of a startup like MContent. MContent is still a startup, and I think that humility is very, very important. But at the same time, I think now for the first time, I'm really excited, to the sense that I feel that all the big platforms, I'm not going to take any word, any name here, but I feel that over the next 5 to 6 months, I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3 years, over the next 5 to 6 months, the way now that we're structured in terms of the content that we have, the platform and tech that we have, the people that we have, and the aggressive expansion strategy that we have, I feel now we are extremely, extremely well positioned to make sure that over the next 5 to 6 months, all these big platforms in the world, they will recognize MContent. I'm not saying as a threat, but they will recognize MContent and think this is something, These guys are up to something, and they're building something which is really, really interesting and exciting. That is the expression I anticipate for all the big platforms over the next 5 to 6 months. And as I said, I don't think, or I'm not saying that they will consider us as a threat, because we're still too young, but for sure we are going to be in the consideration set of all of these huge platforms out there, and that is something I'm very, very confident about.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's get to the community questions. That's it for my questions. I saw some good ones.
I hope someone is saying that I lost weight because I worked really hard. Do you guys think I've lost weight? I worked really hard. Please say something nice so that I'm happy and I continue.
Crypto Minnow, shout out, brother. Our MC film still ongoing. And yeah, we've just shifted our focus to this utility, to this platform, to this rebranding, but it's still on the table. It's going to pick up
for sure. See, seeding young talent is still at the core of what we do as a brand, as a platform. We are all about providing decentralization. See, decentralization in content does two things. One is, which is our vision, which is our brand purpose, to bring power to the viewer, because decentralization brings power to the viewer that everyone has neglected. People are riding on the wave of all of these millions of users globally, the viewers, but there's not enough going back to the viewers. There's not enough power. There's not enough monetization. That is the first part. The second part is creating opportunity for content creators and filmmakers and producers who are not getting enough opportunities, giving opportunities to young people out there, young filmmakers and producers. That is at the core of what we do, and we're not going to go away with it forever. Yes, our focus recently has shifted on acquisition of content and licensing of content, because we want to make sure that when we launch this new platform, obviously the new platform is going to be launched in phases. Just to give you an idea, there's going to be an initial launch where we're going to start testing the platform with you as the community, because you need to be part of the process, and then probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks is going to be the big launch with the big marketing campaign. By then all of the content would have been uploaded, right? So we want to make sure that this platform has enough content. It has enough exciting A category content to inspire viewers to move and switch from their existing video consumption or content consumption platforms. For that, we had to increase focus on licensing and on acquisition of content, but that doesn't mean that we are going away from seeding and funding content, right? So we will continue seeding original content. We will continue seeding young creators. We will continue with the MCeeds ecosystem, because I think that's at the fundamental core of what we're trying to achieve here. We're trying to decentralize and disrupt the entire content space, and funding is, I think, one of the essential elements there. So yes, that's still going to go on.
Okay. Can MContent token realize its full potential in terms of token value if Bitcoin and the crypto market remains under pressure? I think, yeah, of course, because we're building a utility that can carry us past the down market.
Yeah, I think what I mentioned is just to answer your question, what I mentioned is at the heart of what you're asking, right? Because as I said, we need to have quality content We need to have the highest quality experience on the platform, which we've created. You guys will experience it soon. And we need to have top-notch content, you know, all categories of content that people want to consume. We want to make sure that we have them on the platform, and we want to rise on merit.
Yeah.
See, for me, the key term is watch to earn on merit. We don't want people to be watching us just because they're earning tokens, because the moment we do that, the sustainability within the ecosystem and the growth of the token is going to be impacted, right? So the reason why we took our step back around 7 months ago is that we realized that this is a problem, because we are focusing too much on trying to grow the price of the project for the benefit of the community, and we don't have enough content on the platform right now which is competitive with the big platforms of the world. So we shifted focus and we decided, let's make the content competitive with anyone out there, which basically means that you are now consuming content on the platform that is decentralized, sharing earnings with you. But you're here not just because of the earnings. You are here because this platform provides you the content that you want to watch. This platform provides you the same quality of content that you watch on Netflix. It provides you the same quality of creator content that you watch on YouTube or Twitch. It provides you the same category, same level of vertical content that you watch on something like Instagram or TikTok all day long. And it provides you the same quality of live content that you want to consume. All your favorite sports, all your favorite music out there, all your favorite live events out there. We want to be able to be that platform that provides you all the content that you want to consume, and the shared economy and the earnings coming back is the additional disruption that we create, is the differentiator that we create. But if we expect you to consume content on a platform without having equivalent comparable quality, and we expect you to do that just because you're earning something out of it, that is not sustainable. And I think now we are at a level where we are well positioned to make sure that we create that sustainable economy.
That a second part of their question, where do you see the next inflow of investors coming in? I think you answered it for me. Having the content that's top tier, having a platform that's scalable, it's going to have so many eyes on it when it's, you know, maybe not direct competitors with Netflix, but when people know who we are on a global scale. Like, you guys can put two and two together and imagine how big that is.
It's all about mass adoption. It's all about
Right.
utility. One of the things, again, when I was speaking at Meta the other day, there was a question that came about, you know, a lot of the NFT projects, the prices are now decreasing, what to do. People want to do something interesting within the NFT or the Web3 space, but there's no traction. And I said, it's about adoption. See, the greatest advantage that MContent has, and which is why I know for sure that we will never have shortage of investors coming into the project, is that we're trying to create something that can be the bridge between Web 2 and Web 3, right? So you are already consuming a certain kind of content, you're already consuming something on Web 2, right? You're used to doing it. We are providing a bridge between Web 2 and Web 3, where we are giving you the same thing that you already consume, with the increment that we are giving you this easy entry into Web 3, right?
Right.
And this is how adoption is going to happen. So the way I look at it, with the new platform, with all the new content coming in and all the exceptional stuff that is happening at this point in time, in the next 3 to 4 months, there will be a time where, as MContent, for us, it will really not matter what's happening with the rest of the crypto industry, because we will be driving adoption through the actual platform and the actual content on the platform. People will be downloading the MContent app, going to our web platform to consume the content that they want to watch today. They will not be going there because they want to earn something which might have an increase in price. That is the secondary thing. The primary thing will become that they will be able to go and consume the content that they want to consume today, and at the same time share in the earnings through that content, because the platform is decentralized and rewards them, right? So that is where we are, and with that positioning and with that, with that development that we've been able to create, with that challenge that we've been able to solve, I think what happens to 3 to 4 months down the road, what happens to the overall market, I won't say it will be completely unrelated, but will not be, a primary concern for us anymore, because we will be driving adoption into the MContent ecosystem and our token through our actual utility and through our actual platform.
Yeah,
Right.
great answer. I agree. We have one more question from Crypto Minnow. Do we have a definitive date set for the grand reveal, or are things still fluid?
Let's say it's very close. Let's say it's the second week of this month, but we'll give you a date. And the only reason why I don't want to reveal a date right now is because there are certain approvals like App Store approval and stuff like that that's involved, and obviously there is third-party element to it, so we can't really be sure of one date at this point in time. But you'll know very soon. As soon as we have all the external approvals that we need, we will give you a date. But yes, it's very soon. I mean, like, I can tell you it's happening within the next 2.5 weeks at max. Right?
Awesome. All right, guys. I think we've definitely went over our normal time limit with Umair.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you stopping in.
Cool.
Thank you.
It was
guys.
lovely being here again, and yes, I would love to spend more time with the community again. I think this is something I've been missing, and frankly, we were trying to build something that is really, really exciting for everyone. And now that we've achieved that, let's spend more time together. We would love to hear your feedback through our socials, through the Telegram chat, through Discord. And yes, I request all of you, like I used to do before, now is, our time is about to start, because this is our time to now make things happen. For that, we need your support, we need your input, we need your recommendations, we need you to test the platform that is launching, we need you to give your advice, so that when we go out aggressively talking to the world about it, when we start acquiring new users, we already have so many learnings that come through. So we request you to be more involved, we request you to share your findings, we request you to talk on your socials, on your Twitter about MContent, because that's extremely, extremely important what you say. So yeah.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Awesome. Guys, thank you very much. Please tune in tomorrow at the same time. We're live at 1 p.m. UTC. We'll catch you guys later.
See you. Bye.